We are live. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. I am your host, Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious Sports. We hope that you guys are making it a good one. We know that we are as well. Huge show in store for you tonight. Zach, 600 episodes in a row. Episode 600. So, long time coming. It's been a long. It kind of feels like a flash, man, to be honest. 600 freaking episodes. Wow. Here's to 600 more. Cheers. Thank you. Is really all I can say, man. Thank you so much for everything that y'all do for us, all the listeners, all the supporters, all of our sponsors, producers, everybody. Thank you so much for supporting us as we go along. We'll continue to really dominate and continue to grow this as we have a whole bunch of things that we're going to be doing moving forward. So really excited and looking forward to more stuff. But that's not why you're here. You're not here because Blake's got episode 600. It's not what you're here for. You're here for LSU. That's right. We'll give you some key to victories here tonight. No guesting tonight, Zach. I'm giving it the night off. You know, every time I have somebody on for a milestone episode, I get all these texts and tweets and, Blake, Mr. Blake, my booty hurt. Oh. So we're not guessing it tonight. Thank you all for the thanks and congratulations. But we will get to keys to victory. Brian Kelly gives update. Big news that Jaden Daniels is going to be able to go. And he's going to be able to kick it off for us in the SEC championship game. Wouldn't be surprised, though, if you did see Garrett Nussmeier. I have been told that, you know, there's been a lot. Let me just say this. There's been a lot of debating. You know, I talked to somebody today who told me that Jaden's been at every practice and has participated in every practice. And then I had somebody else tell me that he hadn't. But look, it doesn't matter. If he's going to play on Saturday, he's going to play. So let's go. I mean, at this point, you got nothing to lose. You have absolutely nothing to lose. So throw the kitchen sink at Georgia. It doesn't really matter. So we'll talk on that. We'll give the updates. We'll talk about what Brian Kelly said today. Josh Williams is also back. So we'll spend a lot of times on the key to victory, Ruffino's rants. I'll go on a little spiel about, you know, how much you guys mean to me, maybe. And then we'll get to a hashtag Ask Blake. So this is going to be the people's show, as it always is, or what we intend it to be. At least that's what we intended to be. So we'll get Zach, just fire up comments. Unless I'm going on an epic rant, fire in these comments. Ryan, though, sends us $5 via Super Chat. Says, 600. Seems like yesterday it was a hundo. Here's to many more. Yeah, thank you, Ron. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Super Chat. Eric says, congrats on the 600 milestone. Thank you. Thank you. Jace Cole says the same. It says best in the business. I mean, I don't know how to put this. Kind of a big deal. I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. You know, like, just joking. No, I don't. You want to know what it sounds like when I wake up in the morning? Oh, shit. Ow. Old and fat. That's what you got to look forward to, Zach. When you get to your mid-30s, shit starts hurting. Aaron Hornsby says, SEC champion. We can be. Ben, go see your mom. Go play. You don't ever want to talk to Daddy until he's on his show. All right, come here. Don't ever want to talk to Daddy until he's on the show. Why is that? Because why? Why? Cause you. What do you want to do? What's up, dude? What's that? What's crack-a-lacking? Hey, stop! Quiet! You were on TV. Look, we're on TV. There's no crying on TV. There's no crying on TV. We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Hey, so Santa sent you an elf this week, huh? Santa sent you an elf. What's his name? What's the elf's name? Tiger. Okay. You were just coming. You just wanted to see yourself. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. I love you. Hey, Boys Day after the show. Okay. Boys Day. Boys Day. Boys Day. Boy, hey, you want to hit him with an LSU before we leave? Yeah. You ready? Okay. Hit him with it. LSU. 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 Go Tigers, baby. All right. Now you really got to go play. Go play. Daddy be out now. Kids. He never wants to hang out with you, boy, until Daddy gets on the show. Daddy on YouTube? Oh, God, you got to love it. You got to love it. Philip says, hey, Blake, I heard Will Wade has a podcast now. I hadn't heard that. Joe says, what's up, big homie? What's up? Jared V. Drain says, how's that baby girl? Doing good? Doing good. Thank God she looks like me, you know. I mean, thank God. Just joking. She looks like her mother. Ryan Guidry says, Ben. Yeah, Ben's in the house, man. Ben is in the freaking house. Let me ask all this question. Let me ask, why are some LSU fans so down in the dumps? Why are y'all so down in the dumps? Did somebody shoot your kitty cat? Meow. Shave that kitty. Like, you know, why are people so, like, down? You know, I got Zach saying he didn't want to do his show on Monday. You know, why are y'all so down? We got an SEC championship to win, damn it. Spruce the fuck up. Spruce it up. I mean, damn. Zach came in here the other night. Oh. All right. This old vet says, here we go with them shaved kitties. That was only one time thing. Jonathan says, down in the dumps because we lost a game we should have won. True. Brian Viator says, congratulations, Blake, on 600. First class show. Thank you, bud. Chris says, Dakotas Crawford, or Dakotas to ever do it, Crawford has entered the transfer portal. Yeah, he has. I mean, look, I mean, bottom line, a lot of that was going to happen as soon as the thing happened at Nebraska, and especially when the thing with Mickey Joseph. You know, I mean, look, I'm not saying Dakotas Crawford would come, but let me just say this. And Brian Kelly has made it really well known that he likes to go after kids from Louisiana to come back to LSU. They did have a chance, though, to get Dakotas Crawford. So we'll see. You know, we'll see. You know, let's just keep an eye on it. Dane says, Blake, you should give a Curtis Taylor motivation speech. Y'all don't want to. If y'all want that, there's going to be a lot of cursing. You know, like bleep 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 bleep. Just joking. Ryan Williams says our good friends over the Drake Williams Law Firm, the attorney at large here at AYS, says future LSU offensive lineman Ben Ruffino. God, I hope so. That'd be great. Derek says, congrats on 600, Blake. Thank you so much, Derek. Zach says, no, the noises were only happening when the camera was off. Oh, my God. Zach, you need help, buddy. You need help. You need serious psychological help, like severe psychological help. Like you need to go see a therapist and you need Jesus. Okay. Like you need, like when you go and get communion this weekend, like get all of the communion, like eat all of the loaf of bread. Like you need the whole body of Christ. Okay. You need to drink the entire bottle of wine. The entire, or for you, grape juice, or for you, I'm going to have an orange soda. Like you need to have like all of it because you need the blood of Christ. My man, my man over here, you know. Anyway, all right, let's get this thing rolling. Everybody do us a favor by hitting the like and share. Share to all of those Facebook groups. So many of you listening to us live right now on Facebook. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Hit it, like it, love it. Share it to all of those Facebook groups. Share it to your own social media pages as well. If you're listening to us on YouTube, stop what you're doing as well. Subscribe, notification bell, all of it. Thank you so much for doing so as we're closing in on 5K subscribers. We're already damn near 12,000 on Facebook, so we appreciate y'all doing that. And almost to 13 or 2,500 or 12,500 or 13,000 on Twitter. So follow, like, share, all that stuff. If you're listening to us on TuneIn, XM Radio, or wherever you listen to podcasts, rate, review, subscribe. We greatly appreciate y'all doing that. Okay. Y'all do us a favor by doing that. All right. Zach, let's pay these bills right quickly. GM Varno & Sons, betonline.ag. Keys to victory. You want to know how LSU is going to have to beat Georgia? I tell you next. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to wager on all of your favorite sports, contests, events with the first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews for all the news for each league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, college sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all of your sports information for live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head on over to BetOnline today and use your mobile device to join and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, that's BELIEVE50, BLEAV 50, to receive your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's betonline.ag, betonline.ag. With over 65 years of experience, nobody is better equipped to service in your vehicle than GM Vardo & Sons. RV repair, big rig overhauls, motorhome chassis, routine maintenance, tire rotations, tire sales. No job is too big or too small over at GM. If you break down the side of the road in the greater Baton Rouge area, they will come and get you. And the best thing about that is that they can come and get you, and then they can bring your vehicle back to their shop and start the repairs right then. Again, GM Varno & Sons, go see them over at 2500 Fuller Boulevard. Give them a call at 225-664-9992, 225-664-9992. Tell them your good friend Blake Ruffino sent you on by. All right, so let's get into this. Listen, there's not anything that is going to be spectacular in reference to, you know, like, I don't think that LSU, so to get to these keys to victory. So if you're just joining us, I told you that's how we start off every Thursday show. Here's our keys to victory. Number one, you got to protect. Well, and let me be cautious by this, and let me not just say Jaden just in case, even though I think he's going to play the whole game. You got to protect the quarterback. You got to protect him. Okay, like the offensive line's going to have to step up this week. Georgia legitimately has. I mean, they have the best defensive line you've seen all year. Maybe not individuals, right? Like, I still think Will Anderson is probably the best defensive player in the country. I know that Georgia has Jalen Carter, but you're facing probably the best front seven you will see, well, for the remainder of these next two games. They're the best front seven you've seen all year. You got to protect Jane, or you got to protect the quarterbacks. You got to run the football at a high level. If LSU finds a way, which I don't know if they can do this. But if LSU finds a way to run the football for over 125 yards, they're going to beat Georgia. They're going to beat them. Okay. Georgia's one of the toughest, if not the toughest, team in the country when it comes to stopping the run. I think LSU can find ways to execute that. Regardless of how you believe it or not, or what you think you should do, or what whatever the game plan is, you got to find ways to move the football on the ground. This game doesn't need to be sexy. What do I mean by that? If you line up and if you're LSU and you go 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, run it down their throat, guys, I'm going to tell you something, you're going to win. You got to take it to them. You got to hit runs on the outside. Yes, sometimes you're going to have to run it to the teeth of the defense, but you're going to have to pull, or Jaden's going to have to pull it, run the zone reads, do a little run pass option and get your guys out in the flats. You're going to have to hit deep shots, what we'll get to in just a second. But you're going to have to run the football. I promise you, if you run the football for over 125 yards, you'll do it. Go back and watch the Tennessee game and the Tennessee film in the second half. Everybody's like, oh, well, Georgia just let up. The horse shit they did. Tennessee made adjustments at halftime and put 13 on them. They put 13 on them. How did they do that? They just stayed with the run. They stayed with the run. You got to be able to do that. You got to attack them and not be fearful. One thing you can't do, you can't get in anything worse than 3rd and 6 on 3rd down. You just can't do it. They're that good. They're that good. So if you can find a way and just be patient, don't play into Georgia's game. Don't think that you have to go in here and do something spectacular. Play your game. Be patient. You know what Tennessee and Missouri had the most success on against Georgia this season? You know what Georgia Tech had the most success on last week? 3 and 4 yard runs or passes. Move those chains. If you keep the ball away from them a little bit and you start to lean on them a little bit, they can, and Alabama showed you this a season ago, they will eventually break. Don't get sexy with it. Now, here's the opposite. Here's game plan number 2. Now, this is going to be 2 offenses. I'll give you 4 here tonight. Here's the opposite of that. When you start leaning on them, when you start getting these 2, 3 yards, 2, 3 yards, 3, 4 yards, 3, 4 yards, then eventually those safeties are not going to have a choice. They're going to have to come down. They're going to have to come down. Then you start taking your shots. Whether you can hit them or not, whether James going to be, have confidence to throw at those receivers or not, regardless, you got to take them. And look, whoever said this right here, somebody said Georgia's really stout against the run. Michael Blanco, he's not wrong, but you have to lean on them. You can't just go out there and play Georgia's style of offense or Bama in the national championship game style of offense and think that you're going to get away with beating them. You're not. You're not. You can't get pass happy against Georgia because that D-line starts teeing off. They start teeing off, and then problems start happening. Chaos starts happening. You got to move them. Now, we'll say this. To go back to the first point, now this guy, whatever. I know that it sounds like a crazy thing to do. I know it sounds like a crazy thing to do to try to take it right at them. But this offensive line has talent. And you know what? I don't know of an offensive line this season that's just gone out there and wanted to punch Georgia in the mouth. At some point, somebody's got to step up. At some point, somebody's got to step up. But be patient. Be patient. Get the small yardage, and then number 2, you take your shots. Jaden's got to be big. Like, I don't know if his limit on scrambling or the ankle issues will hurt him enough to where he's going to want to sit back in the pocket a little bit more and let it rip. But if I'm Brian Kelly, and I mentioned this on Tuesday, if I'm Brian Kelly, I walk up to Jaden, or I walked up to him on Monday or Tuesday, and I said, Jaden, listen. I'm not going to pull you if you're giving our receivers a 50-50 chance. I'm not going to do it because you're going to have to just throw it out there. But you can't throw it out of bounds. You can't throw it into the bleachers. You can't. I would rather, and this is me being Brian Kelly talking to Jaden, I would rather you underthrow them and get a situation where a pass interference can occur versus you throwing it out of bounds. Jaden's got to be big, and he's got to be big from the pocket. Now, does he also have to be big with his legs at moments? In moments, yes. Guys, he's got to be big in the pocket. He's going to have to rifle the ball down the field and through the middle of the field. It's just the way you have to beat them. It's just the way you got to beat a defense like this. There's no other formula. There's no other. When you're this good defensively, there's not another formula other than leaning on them early, taking your shots later. Lean on them. Take your shots. But think about those Bama teams, those years where they were dominant defensively. What beat them? Elite quarterback play. The same is going to go for Georgia. The same exact thing is going to go for Georgia. You know what won Bryce Young the Heisman Trophy last year? Everybody's like, well, the Auburn game or this game. No, it was the it was the SEC championship game that won him that award. Now, some people think he won it before that. Maybe he did. I don't know. But you got to have a heroic effort. And look, I think Jaden can do that. When I say that he has to do it, doesn't mean I believe that he can't do it. I believe full-heartedly he can do it. Got to let it rip. You throw an early pick, with all due respect, who gives a shit? At this point, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter to me if you go 9-4. In a game that you're supposed to get blown out in, everybody's saying you're going to get blown out in, fuck it. Fuck it. Go out there and rifle that bitch down the field. You know, I kind of feel like I want to be in Major League 2 and tell them, like, you know, give them the marble sign. Like, go out there and fucking rip it. Because if you don't do it, you will not win. It's just the truth. Great defenses are only beat from times that you sit in the so I'll give an example. Like, you remember Manziel. Like, remember, now you got to make plays, right? Like, you got to make plays with your feet. Nobody will deny that. Nobody on God's given earth will deny that. But you're going to have to sit in the pocket and rifle that bitch down the middle. Slang that thing, as Aaron says. Slang that thing. If they want to, you know, look, if Georgia, for whatever reason, wants to drop 8 guys back to contain Jaden from running the football, then tell Jaden, listen, I don't give 2 Rudy Poos if Kayshon Boutte has 20 catches for 75 yards. At least we're moving the chains. Take if they're going to give you something, take it. Take it. Because eventually that adds up. It adds up. And those, I'm telling you, I've seen it on film. Missouri is the ultimate outcry for this. They will walk down in that box and you start hitting them deep or attempting to hit them deep. Tennessee's the same way. If you go back and watch that Tennessee game early, those Georgia safeties start creeping down. Hyatt starts going deep. Hendon Hooker just couldn't hit him. If Hendon Hooker hits 3 of the 7 in the first half that they took, guys, we're talking about a 21-14 ball game. Okay? We're talking about a completely different scenario. But I think holistically, you have a better receiver core from top to bottom than Tennessee does. Holistically. From top to bottom. You got to go give them a chance. Number 3 and number 4. Listen. Well, look, let me get to this. Kerry Smith says, Ruff, you awesome, but delusional. Gotta love your attitude, though. Please tell me what I'm delusional on. Because I could rattle off 10 games against elite college defenses that you had to do that. Carry. Tell me what I'm delusional about. Carry. I'm telling you, I'm not delusional. Hey, Carrie, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you go watch the SEC title game from a year ago and watch what Alabama did to start the game off? It really and truthfully, y'all want me to peel the onion back of why I came up with my keys to victory? It's what Bama did last year. So if I'm delusional, tell Nick Saban he's delusional. I'm taking his game plan and running with it. Carrie. I'm assuming this is Pooh. Says they threw the ball 44 times and Bryce went for over 400. So you mean to tell me, Pooh? Hey, Pooh, find out, or Zach, find this out for me. What was his average yards per pass? Put it in there. What was his average yards per pass? I'll bet you this. I bet you it's around 9. It should be right there. Right there in that stat line. I mean, I feel like this is Willow. I mean, I feel like this is, what do you call that? Jeopardy. Do, 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 do. Zach is taking so damn long. You're taking too long. I look like a big doofus. Zachy, Zach. Hurry your white ass up. Hurry your ass up. Delusional my ass. All right, number 3. Let's get to it defensively. I've preached this all week. I'll continue to do it. 11 yards to attempt. There you go. I mean, how does somebody on the streets find this out more than you do? And they're on a 18-second delay. Hey, make sure that this is right. Make sure that this is right. Because I don't 9.9. That's what I said. 9 yard. There it is. It's not 11. It's 9.9. 9.9. So you're gonna have to lean on them. Okay, you're just gonna have to lean on them early and hit your shots. And I wonder how many shots he did that on. I would love to know what his second game looked like. Doug Ray says, Zach, you got to step your game up. You're being a big-ass Rudy Poo. Okay, I added the last 3 words, but nevertheless, it's true. Don't you ever trust Ryan at math, Pooh Bear. And he put the double F's at the end to know that math. There's a lot of things I don't trust Ryan on. Oh, I see what you're saying. He said 400 divided by 44 is 11 is what Ryan's trying to say. I get what you're saying. I get math. Yeah, you're right. Randall Sanchez says, take big shots down the field. He has to have receivers to go up and get it. He has to. But yeah, Pooh's right. That's still not right. So, all right, number three. Everybody hit the like and share. I don't fucking know what it is. I mean, if it is, I think it would have to be 444, right? 444, right. Okay. Let's move on to the other. All right, did you finally find it? It took you 77 minutes. Like, Jesus Christ came back and did a whole communion. Okay? I found Quaaludes quicker than what it took you to find this. Quaaludes. Zach, do you even know what a Quaalude is? Go watch Wolf of Wall Street. Just don't do it around your daddy. All right. All right. Hold on. Put it back up. He said the legit stat is 9.6. Internet finally loaded. So, I mean, that's not wrong. Or 9.09, whatever it is. That's not wrong. 77 minutes, Zach. All right. So, bottom line is, and finally getting to number 3, defensively, guys, I would stack the box. I would 1,000% stack the box and play some type of bracket coverage on the tight ends. I would not. I would make Ladd McConkey and Stetson Bennett beat me. There's nobody else on the field that I would allow to beat me. Now, could Ladd McConkey do it? Yeah, he can do it. Could Stetson do it? Yeah, he could do it. But after last week's performance, you cannot let Georgia in the dome run it down your throat. Pause, but you just can't allow them to dictate the game at will. You get what I'm saying? You cannot allow them to just dictate things. Because if you let them go out there and just run it down your throat, then the team didn't learn anything from last week, the coaching staff didn't learn anything from last week, and then we need to start looking at personnel. You got popped in the mouth last week. There's no reason whatsoever this team should not be hyper-focused because, listen, I don't think that they want to go out there and get their cheeks clapped again. Stack the box. You're going to have to send exotic things. Send some exotic pressures. Send some things that maybe Stetson Bennett hasn't seen you do on film and get after him all night long. Be like Cisco. Let me see that. Let me see that thong. You got to get after his ass like you're Cisco. I like it, I let booty go. Like it, I let booty go. That thong, the thong, thong, thong. Ryan says, not again, Blake. Tonight, Blake. Ryan, I would pay money to hear you sing. I would pay loads of money to hear you sing. All right. So get after him. Make Bennett and McConkey beat you. I mean, there's no really other, run some back bracket coverage, do some zone with man concepts, mix it up, send pressures, zone blitzing, throw the fucking sink at them. Find out what works. Find out what works. All right, number 4, and last thing, okay? Just be you. Don't make this game bigger than what it is. If LSU loses, LSU loses. Okay? I don't guys, I will be remotely honest. I kind of feel like in the post game, unless you do something boneheaded to lose it at the end, I'm not going to come in here mad. Right? Like the Saturday night post game show, I'm not going to come in here mad. Because really and truthfully, you should go out there and just try to fight. Go out there and try to make something of it. Go out there and try to make something of it. But don't make it bigger than what it is. Because if you start freaking out and doing boneheaded things and things you shouldn't do, be focused and catching the football, you'll be fine. They'll keep it closer than the 17.5-point spread. LSU will. But you got to go out there and swing, man. You got to go out there and swing. All right. Let's get to some of these comments, and we'll just pretty much ride that pause, but we'll ride that the rest of the show. I will say this before we get to all of it. Let me just, look, episode 600, kind of a chill, relaxed show a little bit. I just want to thank all you dudes and dudettes. Thank all you guys and girls, all you men and women. I mean, look, man, the only reason I'm here is because you support me. The only reason I'm here is because you support me. There's no other reason. There's no other reason. if you didn't support me, then we wouldn't be here, man. So it's on you. Ryan says, unleash the Percules. Yeah, you got to. Craig Granger says, it's my birthday, LOL. I think I'm 37. Well, I hope you're not thinking, Craig. Happy birthday, bud. Happy birthday. Dane Bergeron says, run a LaRon Landry or Chad Jones type safety blitz. Rock his jock. Pause, but yes. Jerry Zimmerman said, oh, Lord, not the thong song. I like it at a booty go. Like it at a booty go. That thong, the dong, dong, dong. That's how you got to be on Stetson's ass. Not again tonight. We read that. Brian Russell says Matt House will definitely make his money this weekend. Well, but everybody will. Everybody will. You know something that we haven't talked about, and I think, guys, we might have to clip this. You know what's probably the biggest thing? How much does Cortez Hankton play a factor in this? How much does Cortez Hankton play in a factor, who was the passing game coordinator and the receivers coach for Georgia a season ago? Is there signs that he remembers? You know, like, how much does Cortez Hankton play a role into this? I hope he plays a massive role into it. I hope he plays a massive role. I hope that he can tell everybody enough stuff to keep them in the game. That's what I hope. I mean, because you remember the first year that Lane Kiffin played Bama, that first year, and they were scoring at will on the national championship going Alabama Crimson Tide. You remember that? It's because he knew his signs, and he admitted it. He said he cheat. Well, it's not cheating. You got to change your signs. I mean, if you don't change things up, then it is, and especially if he was the ones that implemented it, or Lane was the one that implemented it. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, dude. He's going to know what you're doing. Rob Boudreaux says, thanks to Bill Cosby, they don't have them anymore. They don't have what anymore, Rob? What did I miss? What, Pudding Pops? Oh, Quaaludes. Maybe Quaaludes. I don't think it was it a Bill Cosby reason? Tyler says, dude, I'm halfway through that movie right now. That's crazy. What movie? I forget what I be saying, man. I be forgetting what I'm saying. Matt Howard says, congrats, bro. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you. Anthony Saint says, hashtag Ask Blake, what is the bonus for BK if he wins? Well, the bonus is that it will be a 6th consecutive season of 10 wins or more. Right? So that would be his his thing. So I mean, look, and it solidifies this. I mean, Brian Kelly would have to come in here year one. I think what would happen is that the entire dynamic at LSU would change from a recruiting aspect, which I'll get into some recruiting. It would just, the whole aspect would change if he can come in here year one with 60-something scholarship players and win the conference. It would completely change. You would go to a New Year's Six bowl. You know, there's so many things. Like, you would go from a losing season in 6 and 7 to winning the SEC. That's what would happen. And so I think that you can make the argument for him that he should win the coach of the year in reference to, like, listen, he had a horrible team that he inherited, 39 scholarship players. They came all the way back, and he has restored LSU in 1 year. And by the way, he's not even halfway rebuilt to where he needs to be. Literally not halfway. Because, guys, the truth, and to get into some of this portal and recruiting talk, there's going to be guys that leave LSU. Some guys have already let it be known that they're leaving. Okay. For that, and some that is going to shock you. Some guys that probably will leave that will shock you, but there's going to be additions that you probably didn't foresee coming. So for that alone, just prepare yourself. It's the new age of college football. Guys that you thought that bleed purple and gold, and no, I'm not talking like about Walker Howard, not that. But just, because sometimes it's just tough. It's just tough. And so you got to do what you got to do. Adam B says, been here since the UFC Thursday nights. Yeah, we had a Thursday night UFC show. Yep. Yeah, it got an LG who stood me up at lunch today. Says, proud of you, bro. Number 6 Hundo. Thank you, buddy. Florence says, congratulations. Thank you. Carlton Landry says, I'm not worried about our players. I'm worried about our coaches. Well, see, I'm a little bit of the opposite. I'm not really worried about what am I worried about Brian Kelly for? What am I worried about Matt House for? What am I worried about Mike Denbrock for? You don't think that those here's why. Hold on. Here's why I'm not worried about the coaches. Okay, because the coaches, if they win the SEC, like Brian Kelly gets like a $500,000 bonus. Matt House and Mike Denbrock get like $150,000 bonuses. What do you really think that they're not going to be locked in this week and trying to get their guys to play? Come on, dude. And you want to win. You want to win the SEC. Mike Howard says, "Oh no, not the lubes." Yeah, the Quaaludes. Zach, do you know what a Quaalude is?
No.
Pooh Bear, do you know what a Quaalude is?
Yeah. Hold on. Shout out to Bill Cosby.
What's a Quaalude? With your Dunder Mifflin sweater on.
Quaalude is it's a drug. It's a roofie-ish type thing that they did back in the 70s.
That's why I don't know.
Well, and the 80s. Zach,
well,
go watch The Wolf of Wall Street.
I have seen. I think I've
Have
seen.
you ever seen Friday?
Almost
or Scarface.
I have seen Friday, but it's been a long time. I watched it when I was young.
What about Scarface? Because that's
I have not seen Scarface. No.
Who is the famous actor that says a 15, a 30, a 37, a 38, a 45, 47?
There are 2 acceptable answers to that.
There are 2 acceptable answers. And you can't, well, actually 3, because you know. Zach, are you going to wait long again?
Man, I have no clue. You're asking me questions I don't know. I'm not Googling it. I don't even have any.
Pooh Bear, do you have an answer?
Yes, that would be one Mike Epps, aka Day Day.
Who would be your number 2?
My number 2?
Yeah, you said you had 2 people. I would.
No, I said 2 acceptable answers. Mike Epps or Day Day.
Oh, okay.
Day Day's from Friday, right? Am I getting that wrong?
Yeah, you're right. All right.
See,
just making sure that everybody in here besides Virgin Mary, Zach knew what Quaaludes are. All right.
I need to go back and watch The Wolf of Wall Street. I've seen like almost all of it. I just don't think I've seen it all the way through, like start to finish.
All right, go do it tonight. You have homework. Saturday morning show. If you can't,
I don't know. I was feeling like watching Creed 2. Creed 3 is coming out soon. I'm excited.
Okay. All right, that's acceptable. Watch.
You can't tell me Creed ain't good. Creed 1 and 2 is good.
Good. By Creed, do you mean Frozen?
Michael B. Jordan. What are you talking about, Frozen?
I'm just wondering. A lot of people like, yeah, I'm gonna watch Remember the Titans. What'd you watch? Willow.
Nah, you gotta. I'm watching Creed. I think I'm.
Guys, I have you both here. I just want to thank y'all. I mean, y'all been here for over 100 episodes now, or close to it. So I appreciate it.
Hey, no
thank
problem.
you for being here.
It's been a joy to be here.
I mean, we've been through a lot.
600 more, right?
Yeah. Well, Pooh probably will.
Oh,
man, I got longer.
Shaky.
I got longer. Pooh's older than me, so I got longer.
Oh, Pooh, he's calling you old. He said your social security number was 2.
Too nasty. Oh,
Out of here. See, I thank y'all, and look what y'all do to me. All right. So our great producers. John Butler says if Kelly wins the SEC, an automatic $250,000 will be put on his contract. If he wins the Natty, $500,000 is the number. There you go. But it's on the contract, though. I'm pretty sure he gets a bonus. And yes, it's not a shared bonus like God bless it. I mean, did y'all hear that stuff with Mel Tucker? Jesus Christ. By the way, I got a quick question here. I just saw this from PFF College on Twitter. Michigan quarterback Cade McNamara will transfer to Iowa. Excuse me. Portal's not open, dog. Tampering much? I mean, am I just going bananas? Is he like a grad transfer or something? I mean, did I miss something here? I mean, I had to have missed something. All right, yeah, y'all can't fire in y'all score projections. Edward O says Georgia 27-23. I kind of feel like if Nussmeier leaves, Edo, you're gonna have to take that Nussmeier picture down. LG's kind of LG's says he's a grad transfer, so it doesn't matter. Okay, there you go. I didn't know if he was a grad transfer or not. Brandon Hollingsworth also says if he graduated, there's nothing wrong with it. I didn't know that he was a grad transfer. Makes sense though. Makes sense. I thought McNamara was only like a junior. Edo says Nuss is my boy. Yeah, we'll see. Brandon Reese says I would be shocked if Booty comes back next year. I doubt it though. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back either. Well, let me get to Jay-Z's first. He said, dude on them lewds for choosing Iowa, though. That he is. You know what's crazy though? Let's just be all real people here. If Iowa would have told him that he was listen, Iowa, I'm going in the portal. I'm coming to you. Can I win a national title with my team though? Let me tell you something. I have a very big problem. Very big problem with a team that's going into the playoffs and a kid like Cade McNamara goes into the portal and then goes somewhere else when his entire team's trying to win a natty. I have a massive problem with that. That is the most selfish thing I've ever heard of in my life. Right? Like, are you serious right now? And by the way, Michigan's getting beat the frick up. Did y'all see some of these injuries they have? Like Blake Corum's out, and the old dude got the gun charge. I heard he was like running through the quad, like, that. But have y'all seen that video where he's like riding through the hood with a Glock, yo ass about to get shot? Dot. Have y'all ever seen that video? God. Riding around the block with a Glock, yo ass fitting to get shot. That. I think this is Pooh Berry says, was that the Mario theme song? No, that's what he did to Kim Kardashian. Oh, you're talking about the Italian Mario. Brandon Hollingsworth says, congrats on 600, Big Daddy. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, brother. My man just got married, too. Destination wedding. Fantastic. Love you, man. John Butler says, congratulations on 600. Nothing less than expected from you Franklinton guys. Or us Franklinton guys. I love it. Tony Weaver says, AYS 600. Congrats, broski. Keep grinding. Thank you. This is dead. Well, see, here's the problem with, like when I don't know which producer this is, like when I see G's, I think of Zach saying, gee, Willikers. Mom, cut off the crust of my sandwich. Oh, Pooh said that was definitely Zach. I know the song. Okay. Yeah, see. No, that was definitely Kim Kardashian, the Mario that I was referring to. All right, a couple more. We'll get it, and then we'll get on out of here. Yeah, but I don't like this Cade McNamara thing, man. Like that kind of like fight with your team. Fight with your team, bro. Like that's stupid. That's so stupid. I want to get to a little recruiting though. Let's get to a little recruiting and portal. Guys, listen. I told you this Monday. I'll say it before I see you on Saturday. You are not immune. You are not immune to guys hitting the portal. You're just not. I still feel good. If you've been on the message board, the same guys that we've been talking about on the message board, I'm about to throw in another guy in there tomorrow morning, or if I get it confirmed, I might throw in, a locked-in pick on a guy. But LSU is doing some good things on the defensive side of the football, some good things on the offensive side of the football. You're going to have to replace guys, probably 8 guys. And look, Scarborough, did y'all notice this today when Brian Kelly was in his press conference with the SEC media? Mike Scarborough asked Brian Kelly about the transfer portal. There are some kind of things that are floating out there about some guys transferring. You're just not immune to it. They're going to be fine. They're going to be okay. I think that LSU in the portal or in recruiting is going to take care of some special teams needs. I think that they're going to take care of some needs defensively with some edge presences, just maybe some bigger bodies in that 3-4 defense that they ultimately want to run. I think they're going to have to, if you're able to get Desmond Ricks, maybe you go and get, maybe you do go get a safety for depth purposes. You definitely need more corners. I mean, you can't use enough corners. So if there's a good enough DB out there that plays corner that you got to go get, you're going to need the depth there. Okay. Bottom line, I fully anticipate LSU to have possibly 24, 20, or they're at 23 or 24 now. I expect them to get to a minimum of 26 or 27 high school guys that they take in. I still think that they're going to hit the portal with 15 to 20 dudes in the portal. I mean, I know that that's a massive number, like an absolutely massive number. But if you think about it, and you really start breaking it down, if you start having transfers, you only got 60 dudes on Scully right now. You want to get closer to now. Brian Kelly was really truthful when he said this. The portal can either make you or break you. It made LSU this year. You got to be able to make sure you get the right dudes. You got to get the right dudes. I think that this class from top to bottom, from a high school perspective, is one of the best that you've seen. When you get a guy like Deshaun Womack, and you get a guy like Shelton Sampson, you get a guy like Zalance Hurd, a very low-rated dude is your boy out there in Lovejoy, Texas. What's his name? The right receiver. Why is it slipping my mind right now? Was it Parker? Why is his name slipping my name right now? Oh, God. Not Kyle Parker. I forget the kid's name. It's for whatever reason. Yeah, Kyle Parker. There it is. Slipping my name. I mean, that kid's a stud. So I think you're going to be fine there. But again, I just want to warn you on episode 600, You're not immune to guys leaving you. You're not immune. All right, what else were we going to talk about? Oh, I didn't give my championship picks today or last night. Guys, I'm going to bring you all up here to end it. So let's do that. So let's do this. I'm going to give you my picks for the championship week. Put the border of all three of us on here. All right, these are my championships. I'm just going to stay around the Power Five. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take LSU to win. Okay, I'm not going to pick against them. I think I'm going to take USC. I think I'm going to take USC to win the pack because I think it's really difficult to beat a good team twice. I'm going to take TCU. Okay, I just don't know. Like, I know a lot of people are pushing this Kansas State on me, but TCU, of everybody that's on this list, of everybody in championship week this week, Kansas State is the one that I think that the most that could upset TCU. That's my opinion right now as we sit. ACC, I think Clemson's going to win it. I don't even really know what's going to even happen there. I probably shouldn't say that. And I think Michigan wins it this weekend. Of those, do y'all have anything different? What do y'all think?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the only other one, which obviously everybody wouldn't like, is Georgia over LSU. You know,
I would I would be tempted to take North Carolina over Clemson.
Yeah,
that's the only one. But
I could see
but
it.
they've looked like
a beast.
They've looked like doo-doo last 2 weeks.
What about TCU though? I mean, like Kansas State. I mean, look, TCU's been playing with fire the entire season. But they won.
They found a way to win every game,
and they find a way to win.
Last week they came out and clapped cheeks.
Yeah, last week they looked good.
So I mean,
but only a 2.5 point favorite.
Have they played yet?
Kansas State, yeah, they lost or TCU beat them by 10, 38-28.
Yeah.
Well,
but Martinez got hurt in that game and left early
for Kansas State.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny, Blake. You said clap cheeks. Dylan just walked in and was standing next to me. He was like,
I don't regret. You know, if you ain't got headphones in, Pooh. I mean, you never know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
What's up, Dill Pickle? Okay. All right. Maybe that's why. So I don't know, man.
Stop.
I don't know. I mean, well, somebody said, what about Tulane? I'm going to take what UCF beat Tulane the first time, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to take Tulane in that one. See, and I'm the only one I'm not doing it for is TCU and Kansas State. A lot of these teams have already played one another, which is wild as shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is really wild. Give me Tulane. Southeastern goes on the road and plays Southeastern plays Sanford this weekend. Look.
You know what's funny? We're pulling for USC to lose. I want them to win just to make sure and to ensure Alabama doesn't get in.
I agree. I don't think they're going to get in either way, even if USC loses.
These people are looking for a way. They're doing backwards gymnastics, trying to get Alabama.
No way.
I think Tuesday showed.
Way Bama jumps Ohio State.
Yeah, I think Tuesday showed what the committee's going to do.
You'll be amazed. Like I said, they're doing all kinds of backwards gymnastics.
TCU that year won 55-3 and went from 3rd to 6th. But you still have a lot of teams out there that won their conferences, and TCU really that year, in my opinion, didn't deserve to be in, even though they were undefeated.
Is that the year that
Ohio State won it all? First year?
Cordell.
That was the year that the Big 12 got greedy, though, and they tried to say they had co-champions.
Well, if you remember, they didn't have a conference championship game.
Right. So they did TCU and Baylor.
But they played that week. Remember, they gave them 2 bye weeks, and they had games that the championship Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for that extra game.
TCU beat what the thing is, TCU beat Baylor, but they had the same record, and they tried to name them co-champions.
Yeah, you can on these nuts. That's what I would have told them. I mean, look.
But yeah, that's how they screwed themselves. They got greedy.
I will say this about USC. I agree with you, Pooh. I hope that they get in. You know why? I think that I hope that they get in because they gonna go up against Georgia or Michigan, and they gonna get them cheeks clapped.
I don't want to see them in because I'm tired of we getting the playoffs. I don't give a damn. Listen, I want them to sit at home and cry the whole off season as I drive by.
You talking about Bama?
Yes.
No, what I'm saying is I want USC in so Georgia can beat that ass.
Oh, to USC? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want USC in so Georgia can beat that ass.
I agree with both parts. I want USC to get clapped, but I also don't want Bama to be in.
Y'all want, as we're leaving here, y'all want to know the truth? It'd still be a better game, Bama versus Georgia, than USC versus Georgia, in my opinion.
I agree.
It'd be a better game.
I'd rather see it.
All right. We'll see y'all Saturday. Peace out, Girl Scouts.